What's up, guys? Today's video, we're going to be doing something pretty cool. I'm sure you guys that are into firearms are aware of magazine quality being a real thing. So I just got an AK. I've been building on the 12.5 PSA 104. I'm having it converted to an SBR right now, and I've been kind of going through my magazine situation where my last AK that I had, I was using PMags, and then also using reinforced Tang feed lip PMags. I say feed lip, the latch here. So that's what those look like. But more and more, I just got done with a Haley Strategic D5 carbine class, and I use steel magazines for my AR platforms. I find that they slide out of the mag well easier. Not only that, but they're tougher, and you're not going to have any issues that you may run into with polymer. And like I said, PMags are quality, and they are strong, but for the price, I think you can get a better magazine. And that leads me to military surplus, and not all military surplus is created equal, not at all. This right here is one of 5 that I just received in the mail. This is a Polish steel. It's funny, there's a little engravement on the bottom of it. There's a B. Polish steel magazine, 30 rounder. These are surplus, so they're created in arms factories to spec over in Poland. And there's Croatian mags, there's Russian, Chinese, Korean, German, I think I already said that, Polish. And they're pretty much bomb-proof. They're steel ribbed reinforced magazines, and usually they come packed with cosmoline, surface rust. Sometimes there's pitting on these magazines, and they definitely usually have a worn look. This one's pretty raggedy at the moment. There's some surface rust going on back here. There's a little bit of surface rust there on the tang, but and bar mind, these are getting more and more expensive all the time, but I think it's a better option than a PMag, and I think it's going to last you longer than a PMag. You can toss these around, don't have to worry about damaging the feed lips here, because they're steel on these. My steel ammo's rusted, but yeah, I'm going to show you guys in today's video how you turn a raggedy, out of the package surplus steel magazine into a well-tuned, well-oiled, clean finish magazine that you'll be proud to bring out and throw into the old AK. So stay tuned. I'm going to take you guys over to the kitchen sink. I'm going to go through the process that I do to sort of refurbish these magazines, and show you how to get the best bang for your buck. And when you're done, you'll have a nice, clean military surplus steel magazine that you'll be proud of. So you guys stay tuned.
So you'll want to pop off the floor plate here. Use a punch or whatever you can to get that going. And it just slides right off like that. Make sure you keep your hand over that so your spring doesn't come flying across the room. Usually they're pretty good about not though, since they're surplus. Alright, so there's your mag. Spring's been taken out, floor plate's been taken out. Feed ramp's been taken out. You can take a look at all that stuff, make sure you don't have too many rust spots. There's a little bit there on the floor plate, not going to mess with function. A little bit going on right there on the feed lip as well. And I'll probably hit that with the Scotch pad here, bristle pad, but most of the gunk is towards the feed lip there, as well as the surface there on the sides of the mag. Ribbing looks good. Everything's usually pretty good on these as far as function is concerned. You just want to clean them up cosmetically. and address the feed lips with some oil and some scrubbing to knock away that grit from storage. So like I said, you can put these in boiling water to sort of knock that away. This one's not bad. Knock away all that stuff with the water. Get your dish soap here and hit it again. That's going to knock off all that grease buildup that it's more than likely got on it. Definitely towards the feed lips from years of storage or whatnot. And like I said, you can get up inside of the magazine there and just sort of use your bristle pad there to knock away anything that's towards the feed lips. Really helps with seating and ammunition, loading up the ammo and whatnot. It's much smoother once all that grit and stuff's been knocked off those lips. It's a much more enjoyable process to load a magazine. And loading steel mags is actually like infinitely more satisfying than loading a polymer mag. It's just got a certain feel and sound to it that you can't replicate unless it's good old surplus steel. So this one's parkerized as well, it looks like, which is my least favorite finish. It gives it like a nasty sort of gray color. Kind of muddy looking. But like I said, if you really want to knock that parkerized finish off, you get your steel wool out and then get some bluing solution and take your time with it. You can really have a nice mag by doing that. So here's what I was talking about for the sort of the battlefield pickup look, if you're interested in doing that with your mags, just to have them more uniform. If you get a little bit of water, also get a little bit of soap if you want to, but you'll just get some medium grit steel wool and start putting some elbow pressure into it, uniform. And you can see it's already knocking off a lot of that old parkerized finish. And you can be as detailed and meticulous as you want to be for this part. There's really no right or wrong way to do it. It just takes a minute. The thicker grit steel wool takes off more material, obviously, but it also leaves scratch marks in the metal, and it kind of looks dingy. So if you want to, start with the medium grit and then work your way to the fine grit once you sort of get that appearance how you want it. And that fine grit will really polish up those scratches you put in the metal and sort of help it with an overall uniform finish. Kind of a workout. So then, like I said, I'll switch to this fine grit steel wool here and sort of just go over everything. And as you can see, it sort of just polishes everything up a little bit and makes it just a little more uniform in appearance. Also softens up that parkerized finish real well. Some of these can be pretty chalky when you first get them. And if you want to, you can do that same process with your gun oil, motor oil, and get a little bit more of a naturally worn look that way, in my opinion. Circular motion's probably the best for that final stage, so you don't get patterns. And generally, just conditioning the magazine doing this as well. So not only is it good for uniformity purposes, but also you're really conditioning the steel when you do this. Adding that oil to the magazine, which will then help it function better. Quick rinse, knock that dust off and give it a wipe down with a rag, and then you're good to go. So this one sort of looked like this. I don't know if you can see, just a little more of a clean finish. Feels a little bit more quality than this magazine. Looks roughly the same. Definitely softer to the touch though. It's just a better overall feel on this mag now. So yeah, that's how you do that. And that will do it for this video.
Okay, so that's how you turn a old, nasty, raggedy, surplus AK mag or any mag into a more refined, cleaner, better operating magazine that'll last you an entire lifetime if you take care of it. So if you enjoyed this video, leave a thumbs up, let me know in the comments, and subscribe if you're new. I plan to do a AK build / shooting video in the next week or two, so stay tuned for that. And thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.